So you guys are like that too?
Yeah, and what I've noticed is I definitely like to finish what I start. A lot of people aren't like that, but I have to finish what I start. If I start reading a book, I can't do anything else until I'm done with it.
I'm not like that, okay?
I've got 4 books.
I used to get harassed by these girls, especially Janet. Janet's not here, but Janet used to bother her worse than anyone else. Because we'd start playing a game, and after 3 hours, I'm like, I want to do something else.
Yeah.
So I would not finish the game.
Finish the game.
And you're a quitter, you're a quitter. So I was a quitter, and I was fine with it. I would read 2 or 3 books at one time.
Yeah.
Never finish one of them.
Yeah.
I have 2 movies.
I'm like that.
I have 2 movies that I just returned that I didn't finish. And I'm not usually like that.
It's like a horror.
It drives you crazy, doesn't it?
It drives Loretta crazy?
It was a horror look at that, yeah.
Because you told me the
Because
opposite.
I hate to be left out, and I hate to not know. I need to know what's going on, and if I missed something, somebody brings it up later to me. Oh, did you see that movie? And if I didn't know what happened in the end, it would drive me nuts.
Well, see, and I think I will. I have it in the back of my head still, because the movies are so easy to get nowadays, that there's one that I was watching that I will probably re-rent one of these days and watch the end. Probably just watch the end.
Now there is a thing, and I don't know if it's with you guys.
Is Anne?
Yeah, I haven't. There is a book that I started a very, very, very long time ago, and I gave it to my sister Christine to read, and I didn't get to finish the very last of this book, and we're talking. This was 25, 30 years ago. I want to find the book, and I want to finish the book.
What book is it?
It was like it was a girl's name or something like that. I don't remember.
If you can't tell
Randy or
is it
Randy?
Randy?
I think it was Randy. Yeah,
The one with
Randy.
the chick that...
Yeah, it's a horrible book.
I can tell you what happened. It's very bad.
I want to read
I never
the
forget.
ending. I know. I want to read the ending so bad, but the book disappeared, and so that's the only thing. And there are a couple things that come up in every once in a while. It's like, oh, I wonder how that finished because I didn't get to finish it. And I don't know if things bug you from like high school days. Things keep coming up like from high school days. One was this. I got an answer wrong on a test for my driving test in the class, and one of the final exams. And to this day, I want to know what that answer is.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It irritates me that I don't know what that answer is because I didn't get.
So what about this? This is an interesting topic here. Do you guys? I'm sure you sometimes get angry. And if you do, what makes you angry, and how are you different, you guys, in your anger?
Okay. I know for me, because I was very angry last night. And what it was my time got taken away from me, kind of, like my free time. And not right now, but like for my future, for the rest of the next 3.5 years. And I got very angry about that. And what was the other part of the question?
Just how we're different or how we're the same.
Right?
And when you're angry, how does anger come out? Is it explosive? Do you hit things? Do you hit people?
No, I'll tell you what I did last night, and this is probably what I usually do. I sat in a chair and I couldn't move, and I had my phone on my chest, and I just left it there. And I was just very angry, and I tried to pray because I thought, I've got to deal with myself. This is wrong. I can't be this angry at people, And I couldn't even really do that. And so eventually, then I started to cry because I thought, I couldn't do anything with it. I wasn't gonna yell at someone, or the person I was really angry at isn't someone I communicate with at all. I don't see her, and so I was just really, really angry, and I cried. And then my husband came home, and I told him what was going on and why I was so angry, and we talked about it, and that was pretty good after that. But I don't throw things ever or slam doors when I'm angry. It used to be that I would find really hurtful things to say to people. If I was mad at her, I could think of the thing that hurts her,
looking in her
the
face.
thing that
she's
hurts
finding
her the
it.
most,
she's
that she's most sensitive about, and I will use that to hurt her. But as I've grown up and realized that's really, really, really mean, and it's destructive to relationships, I've consciously made an effort not to do it. So I'll sit and cry instead.
Good for you. How about you?
So I don't get angry. Hi.
She does yell.
I will. It will take a lot, and it has to build up before I will get angry, get mad, and say anything.
Yeah.
It's happened it happens about once a year, to be honest.
Yeah.
That I will just explode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I've taken enough. When I don't even remember if I was married or newly married, and my husband had just had enough of whatever was the nagging, and I was driving, and that's not a good time to nag at me. And I was near Mom's house, near Hazen, just past that. And he said just one too many things, and I just slammed on the brakes as hard as I could, and everybody's like this, and I was like, that's enough, and I just,
Did you cry?
I probably did afterwards. I probably did cry afterwards, yeah. Again, last year one time and this year one time, people keep saying the same thing over again, or we're having a discussion and an argument, and I'm trying to, it's really like I'm a boss and I have to fire these people. And they just keep going on, and I'm tired of hearing their excuses. And I was just like, it just exploded out at them, and everybody in the whole room was just shocked at me because they don't know me as that person. So I'm not an aggressive assertive person, and they're like, they know it takes a lot to get me to explode. Yeah.
What about you, Loretta?
Oh boy.
In the past and now.
yeah, exactly. Because I'm generally angry sometimes. Either I'm really happy and everything's great, or I'm not. Now I remember the first time I really exploded and got angry was I was working on I was in pre-algebra, 8th grade, whatever you are at that age, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And I was working on a math problem and I couldn't get it, and I couldn't get it, and couldn't get it, and I threw my calculator across the room.
Were you in class?
No, I was in the living room trying to get it, and I knew I couldn't get it, and I absolutely threw the calculator across the room and started crying.
I think there's a hole in a wall in the
okay, yeah. The other time, this happened after that. Now, this was in the foyer.
In the foyer, yeah.
I wanted to go for a drive, and I just turned 16, and my mom said, you have to take your younger siblings with you because you need some company. And I said, fine, but there's not going to be any arguing, okay? First thing that happens when I get out there is they're arguing who's going to be in the front seat. So I walked back in the house and I punched a hole in the wall.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And lately, more so, I'm still pretty explosive, but I explode and then I cry. I get, and it happens, I am making more of an, like you were saying, a conscious effort not to yell, but a lot of it comes out in yelling. And my husband said I made his ear ring for like 3 days one time after I yelled at him.
Now, that was back when your constitutional remedy was a different remedy. Because Loretta, your remedy used to be stramonium, and now it's changed to another remedy. So
since it's changed, it's more
she's yelling at me this morning.
Yeah. It's a lot the same, actually. It's just not as intense, I don't think. But when I felt like I wasn't being heard or like I wasn't being understood, I actually started yelling at the policeman in the other lane who was trying to flag people down in traffic and give them tickets.
She gets this little thing.
I get very tense, and then I raise my voice, and then I started crying. But it's not
I don't cry
as
much
intense
anymore.
I don't think you've ever cried as much as us.
I needed my remedy this morning, though. I will say that.
You needed your remedy this morning. How do you feel after you took your remedy?
Oh, lighter and more carefree, and I still don't like what the policeman was doing, but I wouldn't yell at anybody about it.
You feel happier too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the remedy always
more relaxed,
just makes everybody happy. How about you? How did you feel this morning after you took your remedy?
I didn't realize how much I needed it until after I took it. Because I was just like, I feel like I melt a little bit when I take it.
Relaxes you.
Just, so
mellow.
relaxes me.
I use the word mellow. It just kind of mellows you out.
Mellows you out.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the little men, there's 2 little men we say that hold up our eyelids so we feel awake.
Oh, it does that? It opens your eyes?
Yeah.
Sometimes I worry about the end of the world, and I think when the end of the world comes, if Dr. Sharif's office has already been raided, where will I get my positive? Oh no, I said it!
Edit that
We'll edit it. 45
minutes. My remedy.
So here, let's finish that sentence.
Where will I get my remedy?
Okay, so if the world is here, where are you gonna get your remedy, huh?
Well,
that's actually what I'm gonna do at the end of the world. Just look for my remedy.
Do you want me to say it again?
Yeah, you can say it again.
Okay, I have to say it. Sometimes I wonder, if the end of the world comes and Dr. Shreef's office has already been raided, where will I get my remedy?
That's so cute.
I think I should study what it is, and so then I can harvest it and eat it. I'll be a forager.
So you guys all do get angry like the rest of humanity, all of us. Loretta over there, you get of all your three sisters, you get the most angry. It sounds like more frequently, and when you get angry, it's more intense.
Yeah.
But then again, your constitution was a different constitution. You you were Stramonian for a number of years.
Right.
I met you 4 or 5 years ago, I think, right? 4 years ago or something?
Yeah, at least. Yeah, I think 4 or 5 years
and then
ago.
Back then, you were Stramonian, and then you switched about a year ago.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it is the cycle and then like explosive anger. But it's not. Nowadays, I am able to actually speak with my husband without the explosiveness.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a difference.
I think I'm getting that way. I noticed that, and maybe it's because I'm finally on my remedy, that I can just listen to him. And I can just listen to him.
Yeah.
And eventually I might say something, but I mean, you don't want to be like told, shut up, I'm talking, because we have a huge problem. I thought it was because we were raised with so many of us that we interrupt.
Yeah.
You see, we interrupt each other's, and
I see.
No problem.
But it never bothers us.
No.
Yeah.
We can hear each other all the time. We can.
It's kind of like
we
twins.
can almost carry on a couple of conversations at the same time.
I know.
Makes me feel
Twins,
connected.
triplets.
But like my husband, it drives him crazy.
Janet's husband cannot stand
Can't
it.
do
Whose
it.
husband?
Janet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
They have a hard time at family gatherings, all of them. You know, because it's so loud. There's so many people talking all at once.
And you guys talk at once,
And we talk fast.
Yeah.
And that's a problem for my husband. He'll come home and be like, I don't know, you guys are a bunch of chickens clucking. He's like, I can't follow you. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go sit in another room. And he does.
And our husbands end up in the other room
Eventually,
watching
we all
football
start wandering around looking for the men. Like, where'd the men go?
That's something we have in common. We all love football.
Do you?
That's true.
We love football. Yeah.